Hi everybody. Today I'm going to take you through a quick 10-minute stretch. It's going to mimic what we do at the end of our classes together. This is always a video that you can reference back to if you need additional stretching or movement to help you through stiff muscles. So the first place we're going to go is we're going to start at the back of our chair. Make sure you're using a chair that has 4 legs, not a chair with wheels. And then we're going to stand tall. We're light on the hands at the back of the chair, so we're not pressing our weight into the chair. And then we're going to start by stepping back with the right foot, pressing the right heel into the ground. And by pressing that right heel, we're able to slightly start to bend the left knee and push our weight forwards. Good. The other trick with this one is making sure that you look down at your feet and they're both pointing towards the chair in front of you. If one of your feet is pointing out to the side or on an angle away from the chair, you might not be getting the full benefit of this stretch. So try to make sure that those toes are pointing straight ahead. Take another breath here. Good. Inhale, we press onto the toe of the back leg, the right foot. Left leg starts to straighten. And then I start to push my hips forwards and open through the chest. Now you can take hands to the hips if you want to find some support and just sort of gently pushing those hips forwards. I also want you to make sure that your hips are square. So a lot of the time when we start from this position and push forwards, our right hip is sinking down towards the floor and the left hip is popping up. So try to make sure that those hips are both square. You can feel for your hip bone and notice if one is hanging low. You can try to just straighten through the hips and push the hips forwards, and then you'll get a nice big stretch through the right hip flexor. Take another breath. And then inhale, step the feet together. We're going to step back with the left foot. Left heel comes to the ground. We push into the left heel and start to lunge through the right knee. Good. Stay here for 2 breaths. Same thing with these feet. Check your toes. Make sure they both go straight ahead. And one thing I didn't say on the other side is making sure that you're not standing in a tightrope position. So your feet should be what we call train tracks. If you think of what a train runs on, we should have our feet in that sort of straight line as if each foot belongs to each side of the track, so that we're always staggered with our stance and never trying to be here with the feet. Take one more breath here. And then inhale, press onto the left toe. You can start to push your hips forwards and then square the hips out, lifting the left hip a little bit and letting the right hip come down. And then if you want, you can take the hands to the glutes, the bum, or the low back, and gently guide those hips forwards. You can also keep a hand on the chair if you need, or 2. Take another breath. And inhale, step the feet together. Next, we're going to open through the chest. So this is one I haven't shown in class today, or class this time yet. But basically, we're going to take the arms up into almost like football arms position. We call this cactus arms in yoga. We have our elbow in line with the shoulder, and then the wrist is stacked over the elbow. So you don't want to be here or here or here. You want to make sure that you lift those elbows in line with your shoulder, and then the wrist comes over the elbow. Once we're here in this position, we're just going to pull the shoulders down, and then squeeze the shoulder blades and start to drive the elbows back behind us. Good. Stay here for 2 breaths. This position can also be mimicked on a door frame. So you could take your arms to a door frame and step through. You could go with one arm on the door frame and step through, and then the other side. And let that go. We're going to grab the back of the chair, take a big breath in. And then on the exhale, we step back, holding onto the backrest of the chair and drop the head between the elbows and stay here for 2 to 3 breaths. If you start to feel pulling in your low back, you can bend your knees slightly and that should alleviate the low back there. One more breath. And then inhale, we'll come up to a stand. We're going sit down in the chair for the quad hamstring stretch. So before we get there, let's sit in the chair and take the arms long and just start to roll through the shoulders. Good. Change directions. Beautiful. All right, relax there. We'll take a twist together. We're going to take the right hand to the outside of the left thigh, left hand beside the left hip. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, push off the left knee to twist to the left. Hips should stay square, so if you look, as you're twisting, if you just peek at your knees, they should be in line. If you notice your knees starting to drive forwards, and what I mean by this, I'll try to show it to you at the side. As you twist, you might notice that one knee shoots forwards and the other starts to open. You want to keep those knees square as you twist, meaning that the hips stay where they are and they're not pushing forwards and back, so that the rotation is in the spine and not the low back and hips. Good. Inhale through center. Exhale, take it to the other side, left hand to the outside of the right leg, right hand beside the right hip, and gently twist your shoulders. Now remember, I mentioned this in class, we're not twisting with the head, trying to look all the way behind us. We're here trying to twist with the upper body. I'm here without holding on, and then I hold on just to assist holding that position. So you should be trying to use your muscles to get into this twist. Good. Inhale through center. We're going to go to the right side of the chair. We have our entire left leg on the chair and the entire right leg is off the chair. It's like you're straddling the side of the chair. We're going to hold the side of the chair with the left hand. Drop the right leg down. Knee and hip should be in a line or stacked. And then knee and ankle should be in a nice line. Inhale, we reach up with the right arm. Exhale, we lean to the left and push back on the toe. Good. Good. Take a big breath in. Exhale, let it go. Other side, left side of the chair now. Hold the side of the chair with the right hand, drop the left leg. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lean to the right and push back on the toe. Good, we're trying to drive the left heel back behind us. Hips are still in a nice line again. We're not letting that hip sink towards the floor. We hold it up. Stretching from armpit all the way down towards knee. Stay here for one more breath. And then inhale, come back through center. All right, last couple here, we're gonna do our hamstring stretch. So I'll turn so you can see my feet. We're gonna extend the right leg long. Heel goes on the ground, foot's relaxed. Hands go on the left thigh. Notice where I'm seated in the chair. I'm sitting all the way at the edge. My entire hamstring on both legs is free to move. Just my bum is on the chair and I'm not resting in the chair here. I'm sitting tall. I stack all of my vertebrae on top of one another. Head resting on top, big breath in. And then on the exhale, I keep that tall spine of vertebrae as I fold forwards. And what this does is helps create a nice pull through the hamstring and through the glute. Sometimes if we round the back, we start to feel the stretch in the low back and the middle back. And then while you're here, you can start to pull back on your toes. You can see that I'm starting to pull the toes back towards me. Or you can start to press the toes away and just see what you feel through your leg. If you start to push the toes towards the floor, you'll start to get a little stretch through the front shin here. If you pull the toes towards you, it might shift to the back where the calf is, maybe the back of the knee. And if you can find that spot that feels just right, you can typically get a really nice stretch in the hamstring as well. Take another breath. And then inhale, come all the way up. We're gonna grab the right leg and hug it in towards the chest, sitting tall so we can meet right shoulder to right knee. And then I'm gonna roll through the right ankle. Good. Change directions. Relax the foot, compress one more time, big breath in. Exhale, let it go. All right, extend the left leg long, heel on the ground. Hands go to the right thigh. Inhale, sit tall. And exhale, fold with that tall spine. Good. Good, and then same thing here, you can start to pull the toes back towards you, pressing the toes away, see what happens. Try to find that middle ground where you get that really nice stretch in the hamstring. And then we'll take a big breath in. Slow, controlled exhale. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, grab the left leg, and then we're gonna pull the knee in and sit tall, meeting the left knee to left shoulder, and start to roll the left ankle. Good, other direction. Good, relax the ankle and compress one more time, big breath in. Exhale, let it go. All right, next stretch, we're gonna sit at the edge of the chair and take the legs wide, so a little bit wider than the chair's width. And then we're gonna take hands to inner thigh, big breath in. On the exhale, we start to sit forwards, reaching the hands down towards the ankles. And then once you're able to hold onto your leg, you can just start to press into your elbows to open through the inner thigh and the groin. Good. Take some slow, controlled breaths. And then on your next inhale, you can sit up tall. And we'll work through the neck. So you can sit back in the chair a little bit, sit tall, same thing, stacking the vertebrae, opening the chest. And then we're gonna go ear to shoulder, ear to shoulder. Good. Back and forth. Just what your range of motion allows. Good. Now we're going to go chin to shoulder, chin to other shoulder. Get a couple more. And then when you feel good, we'll start to take it up and down. Try to make sure that this is all in the head and neck, and you're not pushing through the chest to try to get that head back, just moving the head. Good, and then we'll just do a few chin tucks. So these look really funny, but basically you're sitting tall, and then you're gonna tuck your chin in on an angle down towards your throat. Good. Get one more. Good. All right, we're gonna take our 3 breaths together. Big breath in, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. And then inhale, we'll take the biggest breath in you've taken all day long. And on the exhale, give yourself a big hug. Pat on the back. All right, if you need an extra stretch, feel free to refer back to this video anytime. Like I said, it pretty much mimics what we do at the end of class with a few additional stretches in there to hit some smaller muscle groups. Remember that you can always stretch through the wrist if that feels good for you, but I don't make everybody do that because I know not everybody has that kind of mobility. So I didn't include it in the video, but maybe I'll make an additional one if people would like that. I can make something small for wrists and hands. Otherwise, have a wonderful weekend. If you're receiving this for the weekend, if you're just using this through the week, good job on you. It's a tough thing to do to remind yourself to do this, but it does help a lot in the long run. Otherwise, I'll see you at the next class. Bye guys.